My name is Daniel, and this is a channel about finance. Today's topic is in the video itself. Let's go.
It starts with that familiar sting during tax season when you realize a significant portion of your hard-earned salary has vanished into government coffers, while you trade time for money and face heavy deductions. The ultra-wealthy seem to operate under different rules, often reporting minimal income despite lavish lifestyles. The uncomfortable truth is that the system isn't broken. It is designed to reward capital ownership rather than labor. Most people believe wealth comes from saving high salaries, but the rich know that earned income is taxed most heavily, making it an inefficient path to financial freedom. Today we are going to break down the exact mechanism the top 1% used to opt out of the tax system entirely. It is a strategy called buy, borrow, die. By the end of this video, you are going to understand why your high salary might actually be a trap and how you can start applying these billionaire strategies even if you don't have $1 billion yet. To understand why the rich don't pay taxes, you first have to understand the fundamental difference between how you get paid and how they get paid. When you earn a salary, that money is taxed immediately before it even hits your bank account. The federal government takes a cut, the state government takes a cut, and Social Security takes a cut. You are left with what remains to pay your bills and try to build a life. This is what financial experts call the W-2 trap. You are trading your time for money, and that money is being taxed at the highest possible rates. Wealthy people do not trade time for money. They trade money for assets. And this brings us to the first phase of the strategy, which is buy. The wealthy do not focus on income. They focus on net worth. They take their capital and they buy appreciating assets like stocks, real estate, or businesses. Here is the critical distinction that most people miss. When you buy a stock or a piece of real estate and it goes up in value, you do not owe a single penny in taxes on that growth until you actually sell it. This is called an unrealized gain. If you buy a share of Amazon for $100 and it goes up to $1,000, you have made $900 in paper. The IRS cannot touch that $900. It sits there compounding and growing year after year completely tax-free. This is why you see headlines about billionaires whose net worth jumped by $10 billion in a single year, yet they paid zero income tax. It is because that wealth is locked inside assets, not sitting in a checking account as cash. The wealthy understand that the moment you sell an asset, you trigger a taxable event, so they simply never sell. They let the snowball roll and grow bigger and bigger. But this leads to a very obvious question that probably has you scratching your head right now. If all their money is tied up in stocks and buildings and they never sell anything, how do they actually pay for their lifestyle? How do they buy the yachts and the mansions and the groceries if their wealth is just numbers on a screen? This is where we enter the second and most genius phase of the strategy, which is borrow. This is the part that rewires your brain because we have been taught that debt is bad. We have been taught that debt is slavery. But for the wealthy, debt is not a burden. It is a tool. It is a tax-free way to access their wealth. Instead of selling their stock to get cash, which would trigger a massive tax bill, they go to the bank and they ask for a loan using their assets as collateral. This is often called a securities-backed line of credit. The bank looks at their $10 million portfolio and says, "Sure, we will lend you $5 million cash at a very low interest rate because we know you have the assets to back it up." Now, here is the magic trick. Loan proceeds are not taxable income. When the bank wires that $5 million sent to their account, the IRS sees zero income. That is $5 million of spending power that is completely tax-free. They can use that money to live a lifestyle that you can only dream of. And on paper, they look like they have no income at all. But you might be thinking, what about the interest? Don't they have to pay interest on that loan? Yes, they do. But the math is overwhelmingly in their favor. Let's say they pay 3% or 4% interest on the loan, but their investment portfolio continues to grow 8% or 10% a year. They are making a profit on the borrowed money. They are using the bank's money to live while their own money stays invested and continues to compound. This is called positive arbitrage. They are essentially getting paid to borrow money to live their life. Compare that to your situation where you sell your labor, pay 30% or 40% in taxes, and then try to invest what is left. They are skipping the tax step entirely and keeping their wealth working for them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This brings us to the third and final phase of the strategy, which is die. Now, I know that sounds morbid, but estate planning is where the ultimate tax loophole exists. You might be wondering, what happens to all that debt they accumulated if they keep borrowing and borrowing? Won't the bill eventually come due? Well, yes and no. When the wealthy individual passes away, their heirs inherit the assets. And under current tax law, something incredible happens called the step-up in basis. This is the holy grail of tax avoidance. Let me explain how this works with a simple example. Let's say your grandmother bought some stock 50 years ago for $10 a share. Today, that stock is worth $500 a share. If she had sold it the day before she died, she would have had to pay capital gains tax on that $490 of profit. But when she dies and leaves it to you, the cost basis of that stock is reset to the current market value. The IRS treats it as if you bought it for $500. All that capital gains tax liability that built up over 50 years just evaporates. It disappears into thin air. You can sell that stock the next day for $500 and pay zero capital gains tax. So here's how the cycle closes. The heirs inherit the assets tax-free thanks to the step-up in basis. They sell a small portion of those assets to pay off the loans that were taken out to fund the lifestyle. Because the basis was stepped up, they pay no tax on that sale. The debt is wiped clean and the family keeps the vast majority of the wealth, ready to start the cycle all over again by buying assets, borrowing against them to live, and dying to wipe out the tax bill. It is a perpetual motion machine of wealth creation that completely bypasses the tax system that you and I are forced to participate in. This explains why wealth inequality is exploding. It explains why the middle class feels like they are running on a hamster, while the rich seem to be taking an elevator to the top. The tax code was written by the wealthy for the wealthy. It rewards capital and it penalizes labor. If you work for money, you lose. If your money works for you, you win. It is that simple. And getting angry about it won't change your bank account. What will change your bank account is understanding these rules and figuring out how to apply them to your own life. Even if you aren't a billionaire, you do not need to be a billionaire to apply these principles. But you must shift your mindset from consumer to investor. Instead of rushing to pay off low-interest debt, consider leveraging equity in your home or portfolio to acquire more income-generating assets. Utilize tools like home equity lines of credit or margin accounts carefully to access liquidity without triggering taxable events. The goal is to stop saving in cash, which loses value to inflation, and start building a portfolio where your money works harder than you do. Ultimately, wealth is built by aligning yourself with the incentives of the tax code, rather than fighting against them. Inflation actually benefits those who hold debt backed by appreciating assets, as they repay loans with cheaper dollars over time. However, this requires discipline and risk management to avoid over-leveraging. By becoming a capital allocator instead of just a worker, you can protect your wealth from tax drag and secure a future where you are no longer dependent on a paycheck. If you found this strategy insightful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more financial secrets.